Just gotta dive into it. Now, where is... Okay, we should be live. All right, we're live. Live, yay! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, what is up? What is good? The king of lightning here today, bringing you guys and gals One Piece. Whoa. G2 One Piece War chapters 866 through 869 review / discussion / live stream. Ooh. Now, people, we have ourselves quite a few things to talk about when it comes to these chapters of One Piece. However, at the same time, even though it's 4 chapters that we're covering, most of the stuff is relatively simple, considering how you have 2 flashback things that are mainly, honestly, just for characterization when it comes to Big Mom. And then finding out how she became the woman that she is today, and then finding out a few things about Strusel and the Giants, and so on and so forth, and like seeing how Hydruden grew up, seeing the Giants' Mount Beard and Fall Beard, and how Fall Beard died because of Big Mom, and so on and so forth. But the biggest chapter, I would say, is chapter 868, where we do get the flashback ending in real time. And so we shift up the real time. Well, no, the flashback continues on for a bit in this chapter, where we have Strusel kind of stuff, and how he played a role in this. Then they fire the bazookas, and then Big Mom, fail, Soundwave. Then Caesar Clown, time to dip, fail, Soundwave. No one escapes. Your missiles flopped. And then we have Capone, full-scale Rook, Einsvolta, whatever, Big Father laying down, nah, man, you need me for protection, I'm a castle, let's go. So chapter 868, for goddamn sure, I would say, is the chapter where, out of all the chapters, I think is the best chapter. Because, again, the 2 chapters that happen before that chapter are mainly just character stuff. But let me get on to the viz, because of course we're going to use the official translation to avoid any copyright bullshit. So let me bring down the funny Frankie photo, which is the best Frankie, and then let's get right into it. Now, I'm using my phone for chats, and as usual, if you guys want to have your comments viewed the most, you use Super Chat. And of course, make sure to use the mouse to click the rating, whether you like or dislike. It's up to you. I don't really give a fuck, but you should be clicking. You should be using the mouse to click, rate the video throughout this stream. Helps me out a lot. Now, I also want to say that later on tonight, I will be on Twitch doing a Why is Sauce Goddard's every time Vin smokes snail boats? Yes, Vin smokes snail boats. We know. They're awesome ass boats. Probably some of the best ships in One Piece. Why? Because they can scale the red line. These boats can climb. They're amazing. So, I'm just saying, if you haven't rated the video, you should rate the video. Now, let's talk briefly here about... Hold on. And again, I'm using my phone to view chat because I want to show you guys what's going on the computer. I could do something like this, but that'd be kind of where we at. I could do something like this. I don't see chat on my screen right here for some goddamn reason. Hold on, let me see. If I refresh, if I re-upload. Okay, there we go. Cool. So it is working. Yeah. So, let us talk about Big Mom. And that's what the flashback is essentially. The flashback is just characterization mainly for Big Mom. From a pacing standpoint, the entirety of this chapter is just flashback, and it goes throughout the entire. I mean, okay, it's characterization for Big Mom and it's characterization for Mother Caramel. Those are the two main figureheads when it comes to these flashback chapters. So, because Mother Caramel, we don't know anything really about her until we go into flashback. Now, we found out that Big Mom, since she was 5 years old, was causing casualties. I don't see how. Let's zoom in real quick. I don't see how these two regular people could give birth to this monstrosity. Like, she is like, not even the X-Men go through crazy mutations like this. It's not possible. So you have to wonder, how do these regular people give birth to this? I highly question that. Big Mom, I think, is adopted. And I think that she is maybe giant royalty, or like, because I believe that Big Mom is as big as a giant. I'm not too sure. Like, either she's either she's as big as a giant, or not there just yet. But she may have ties to giant royalty in some way, shape, or form, because her size is unnatural, and she was adopted. So when she was like just born, yeah, she may have been as big as a regular baby, and then she grew to astronomical size relatively quickly. But there is no goddamn way. There is no way that these two gave birth to that. No, hell no. I don't buy that. I really don't. Now, moving on from there, here we have, well, the scenery. This is Elbaf, one of the giant areas. Everything around the area is big. And here we have Mother Caramel, and how she played this whole trick. This is clearly Zeus, or something that is akin to Zeus, when she parted the clouds and like how it was raining, and all of a sudden the light shined on her, and then no, spare the giants, blah blah. No, that was all a ruse so she could get the giants to work for her, or at least have the giants trust her. The giants have incorporated themselves into Marines, at least some of them have. And Mother Caramel is the centerpiece of all that. Now here she is at age 80. So at age 80, still has a lot of life, you can tell. And because when you compare the other 80-year-olds to Mother Caramel seems to have a lot of longevity. And that's probably due to the powers of the soul no me. So when it comes to characterization, you have Mother Caramel, and again, you have Big Mom. Those are the two centerpieces, because ultimately she dies, but then like the rest of the kids die too. It's strongly hinted that Big Mom ate. And it's the case that Big Mom, she ate Mother Caramel and the kids. So, now Oda didn't show it because that's pretty insane, but that is what happened. Now, here we have Fallbeard and Mountbeard. Mountbeard is still alive, or at least I would assume he's still alive. That's my assumption, because giants do live for a long ass time. He may be at a point where he can no longer walk, because I believe if we take into consideration real time, Mountbeard was 345. So if we go back, I think it tells us what time this flashback starts, like the time frame, like how many years ago. I think it was like 63 or like 60 someone years ago. I'm not too sure, but Mountbeard should at least be over 400 years old by this time in real story. That's the way I think. He may not be that old, like, if he's still alive. And that's the key thing right there. If Mountbeard is still alive, then he'll be over 400 years old, easy. But yeah, so we have Hydrudin right there in the corner, so that's some characterization for him. But the main things here for characterization for this chapter are, for the flashback, are, again, Mother Caramel and Big Mom. Now, we see that so this is the first time we're seeing Big Mom have like one of these rage fits, or one of these sweet rages. And again, more characterization for her. So these two chapters, in a nutshell, and that's Promised Neverland right there. So these two chapters in a nutshell. And we see the power of Mother Caramel. We get to see how she's an actual orphan seller Mother Caramel, codename Mountain Hag. Okay, so in the scanlations, that was something entirely different, but in the official English translation, she's called Mountain Hag. Now, she is the orphan seller, so she's been selling kids to the Marines for a while now. We see her create a small version of Prometheus, which could be a result of either A, how much fire is used to form Prometheus, or in this case, she calls it Pandora, or B, it is how much soul she infuses into the fire itself. So what exactly is the case there? We're not too sure when it comes to like how that ability specifically works, but it is clear that she's rocking the soul fruit. Then she talks to the world government guys, Cyberpol Age 0, and then she explains, well, yeah, listen, man, I am the reason why the Giants are even in the fleet. I took root in Elbaf and produced the first ever giant recruit for the Navy, June Giant? Okay, well, should be John Giant, whatever. And that was all thanks to me. So she has deep roots, they understand that, and so they respect that because, again, they have giants now in the Marines because of Mother Caramel. And Mother Caramel, again, is straight up evil. So she sees the potential in Big Mom and Charlotte Lillian because of her power and how she decimated an entire village. So basically, she is easily admirable material, and that's based on her strength now. However, the incident occurs where she is... And okay, so you can't really see this in a scanlation, but you see here in the translation where when Big Mom, she's devouring the Selma, she's eating it so fast. And I quote, hold on. Surrounded by all those smiles and eating her delicious sweet birthday cake, which is the semla, Lillian found that she couldn't stop crying. What a wonderful day it was, she couldn't even see through her tears. And if you guys remember, or you guys should know by now, but Big Mom is gargantuan compared to the rest of the people around her. So the kids are like regular kids, but Big Mom is like a pseudo giant. So like we have Semla almost as big as them. Probably bigger than some of these kids, as well as Mother Caramel. So, if I could scroll down, please, thank you very much. In this corner right here, we see this in the scanlations as well, where you have like these Japanese like kanjis, but we don't know what they mean, or unless if you understand Japanese, okay, fine, then you do. But here we have the wah and the ah. So here they were being devoured by Big Mom, but Big Mom couldn't see. And she couldn't tell, she couldn't taste the crunch of human blood, the crunch of human bones and the squirt of human blood and brains, and she couldn't tell because it was all being masked by the semla that she was devouring. What a truly wonderful birthday. I mean, it's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. And like I explained before in the live reaction that when I first did it, here is Big Mom, and she's eating the table. So she says right here, that was so good, I was eating so much. I even chewed the table a bit. No, she didn't chew the table a bit. She devoured the table. She devoured the table. And that was a big fucking table. So Big Mom, yeah, she ate them. And that's how she attained the powers. So when it comes to characterization, the flashback is mainly there for, at least for those two chapters, the flashback is mainly there for Big Mom characterization, Mother Caramel characterization, and then characterization for various giants that we may see in the future, like Mountbeard. Mountbeard, I see that happening. And also Hydrudin as well, who we've already seen. So it's characterization for giants that we've seen before a little bit when it comes to their past, and then for future giants, potentially, that we may see in the future. When it comes to pacing and structure, the only real difference here is in this chapter 867, we then end off on real time with Big Mom yelling, "Where did you go, mother?" So when it comes to story progression, not really much there, because again, it is flashback. So, I mean, I would say like we like getting to see how the giants got incorporated into the Marines is a part of the story progression, but at the same time, was it really necessary? Maybe not. I mean, that's something that I guess we would have found out anyway if we got to Elbaf. So is it cool for story progression? Yes, but at the same time, kind of unnecessary. But nonetheless, we find out how that happened, how it went down. And that's it. So for these two chapters, relatively speaking, they're okay chapters. Like they're okay plus to good chapters when you break it down. Pretty shocking in itself, considering how, again, you have Big Mom, the reveal that she ate she ate her family, the children of the Lamb's house, including Mother Caramel herself. But at the same time, it's not confirmed. That is the assumption, but it's not confirmed until the next chapter, which is why I say chapter 868, this chapter, among all the chapters, is the most impressive chapter. And then after that chapter, we have this chapter, where essentially it's trying to deal with what's happening with Big Mom screaming, going into Big Father, and then you have the Germa finally start kicking some ass, which is good, all right? And we all know the reality here that, where is he? That this man right here in the corner, all right, top 5, easy, top 5. If you don't know now, you know. Top 5. Judge over Big Mom. Now that the German have been saved, and then now they're saving, and you have this panel right here, this page, Sanji grabbing Nami, and then Nami like, oh, Sanji, and then Pudding! Yeah, so Pudding feeling a type of way, obviously. Now, I can't say for sure, but I would think that Viola would be like the one for Sanji, but at the same time, Pudding, she may have a complete change of heart now that Sanji had said, oh, like, your eye is so beautiful, and then she freaked out over that. She couldn't kill Sanji, and then now that she sees Nami being held by Sanji like that, she has that face on, you have to wonder. And then the Tomato box is now MIA, because this guy, whatever his name was, I forgot what his name was, like, Don something, whatever his name is. He got extra greedy. Then the box wound up falling off the mountainside. Big Father attacking Big Mom, but no Mas, Mochi guards, and on top of that, sound waves. And now they're hiding inside Big Father. But in tomorrow's chapter, we should end off, or we should start off with Capone bleeding because the castle walls are being broken down by the Yonko herself, Big Mom. Big Mom is back in her right mind again. All of you get out of the castle. Show yourselves. What is this, Beach? Did you betray me? So Big Mom's fully aware of what is going on. So this chapter, better than the flashback chapters when it comes from a story standpoint, because again, you have the Tomato Buckle box, that's gone. And Big Mom is in her right state of mind. So those are the two major things for story. Well, no, 3, I would say. No, 4. I'm sorry, there's 4. All right. For character, there is not really much in this story. There really isn't. Aside from finding out more details about Big Mom's powers, about Beach's powers, how he is the castle, and so if the castle is destroyed, he himself gets wounded, and so if the castle is fully destroyed, then he dies. So he is the castle. So even though the walls are sturdy and he's a big castle, because Big Mom is a Yonko and she has this amazing durability, like fantastic durability. She's punching right through, and also strength as well. She's easily punching through Capone's castle walls. And so how they deal with this is going to be interesting. My guess here is that the only way they're going to escape, ultimately, and hear me out, because I still see death flags over Jinbei. Maybe Jinbei and Pedro, because Pedro's going to die soon, according to him anyway. Maybe Jinbei and Pedro stall. Like, they try and fight off all of the Big Mom pirates and wind up dying in the process. And if Pedro dies, that may be that may be a source of motivation for someone like Carrot to join the crew, because I think the Carrot is going to join the crew. So that's my stance on that so far. Because right now they can't attack because we have Mochi covering the cannons on Capone. The Katakuri, again, as always, impressive. And then Brulee's being saved. So when it comes to story, this chapter does have a lot of things going for it. So you have basically the castle being incapacitated by Candy and by Mochi. You have Big Mom, once again, returned to her senses. You have Brulee being saved by Katakuri. You have the Vince Smokes saving everybody among the Straw side, among the Ally side. And aside from that, I think that should be it majorly when it comes to the story progression of this chapter. So this chapter's strongest asset, this chapter's strongest section is story progression. When it comes to the pacing, it's just essentially this one part being dragged out throughout the entire of the chapter. When it comes to character, its component, finding more details about his character. Oh yeah, and of course the Tomato Melco box now out of commission, so there's no, as far as you can tell at this point in time, the box itself will not be found by someone among the Big Mom pirates, and then Big Mom herself will try and open it, and then boom, explosion in the face. So someone else at some point in the story is gonna open that box and get a face full of explosions. But right now, it looks like that won't be Big Mom. Unfortunately, that is really unfortunate, because that would be like the amazing cherry on top, where this fabled box winds up blowing up in Big Mom's face. All right, so now we've covered this chapter for the most part when it comes to story. This chapter, I would say, is a good plus chapter One Piece. Better than the flashback chapters, because again, they cover more things. Character, not as strong, clearly. But when it comes to story progression, it is far stronger than the two flashback chapters. So good plus chapter right here, One Piece. This chapter is the great chapter, One Piece, chapter 868. So, and after this, we'll go into questions, whatever you want to ask me via, the phone, via, and by the way, if you have just gone here into this live stream and you have not liked the video or rate the video, all right, you can like and dislike, do whatever the fuck you want to do, but you have to use Mouse to click, rate the video. Please, it helps me out. Now, and if you don't do it, boom, middle fingers up. Now, and then yes, at some point when I do make t-shirts, there will be a Zaymaosu t-shirt. That that has to happen. Now, here we have ourselves a pacing that is kind of similar to the previous chapter, where in the previous chapter, chapter 867, we go into real time for a bit. Now, in this chapter, we start off in real time, then we go back into flashback where we get more details, not from Big Mom's perspective, but from other folks' perspective. So we have Struzzo, and then we have a random giant who saw the whole thing go down, and then he told all the giants, and then Big Mom, and then so they all found out. Eventually, the tale spread to Elbaf, and then all the giants in the world. From that point onward, the name Charlotte Lilin became so hated that no giant would even speak it out loud. So basically, Charlotte Lilin is the Voldemort of the giant world. That's what she is. All right, she who will not be named. All right, that is Charlotte Lilin. Now, or no, she who shall not be named. I think that's the actual quote. He who shall, yeah. So that's Lilin for you. Lilin is Voldemort of the giants. And then we have Struzzo. Now, Struzzo, my theory is this. When it comes to the environment, like all like the crazy sweet things, because that's not, I don't think it's natural, all right? Like when you have certain pockets of ocean that are juice, when you have certain parts of the island that are like these giant like desserts and cakes and sweets, because we find out that Struzzo's powers are the cook fruit, he had the ability to turn any object into food. Thanks to that power of the cook fruit. My guess here is that some of the giant objects that we see that are like food, that are sweets on the islands of Toadland, he made them. Like those giant towering cakes and like desserts of various sorts and like strawberries. When you go to like the chocolate town, like those giant chocolate pieces, I think that Struzzo created those. Like the dude is fairly old, so him and Big Mom would have plenty of time to go around like making certain sections of Toadland just giant sweets. That's the only way, because look, where Big Mom is now appears to be the current Toadland, and this appears to be the current capital where she is currently. So that would indicate that maybe it's close to Elbaf. That being said, you have to explain, how do we have these giant sweets or whatever that are all across the entire area? Well, when you look at Struzzo's powers, it's probably him. This guy over the course of the decades probably spent his time creating these giant desserts and they are now just on the island, like there to view and to eat. Okay, so taking a quick look at chat real quick. I didn't miss anything as far as I can tell. What the fuck? We got some weird ass comments in chat, as usual. We got some weird ass comments. Let's continue here. So, have that going down. After that, we go back into real time. So we have characterization for Strusel, for damn sure. And on top of that, we have 3 parts. We have real time, flashback, real time. So you can kind of say like 2 parts, but it is 3 parts because the flashback separates real time. And then for story, the most major thing here, obviously, is the assassination attempt on Big Mom with the KX launchers filled with this deadly poison. Failed. Big Mom, no mas. Okay, I'm sorry. There's another flashback, okay? So we have 5 parts, because then we go back to real time. So we have another flashback of Big Mom for a bit with Strusel. Her bounty is going up. She's like a 5-year-old kid, and she has a 50 million berry bounty, which is insane. It continues to raise, and then boom, peace and a land of dreams. So we see her holding down this king. If you do as I say, then everyone will be happy. Those who disobey are just being selfish, so I have to kill them. Then from that flashback again, we go back to real time, and then boom, the KX launchers fail, negated. The assassination plan has failed. That is big for story. And also when it comes to character, it shows you that Big Mom has enough. She can yell so loud, and her sound waves are so powerful to where she can even destroy missiles that are going to kill her. All right. And according to bazookas, and according to Caesar Clown, those bazookas are state of the art. Like they are the best around, and yet not enough to even get near Big Mom. Now, how hockey plays a role in that, I'm not too sure. The only thing that I can see hockey playing a role is that the sound wave kind of like expands the hockey's sphere of influence. So folks that can't handle the sound and the hockey just pass out. But I'll talk about that later in like another video, for sure. And then the plan fails. They all try and dip. Here comes the mirror as planned. No, failed. All right. The pressure of the sound wave breaks the mirror. So not only did the plan to kill Big Mom fail, but the escape plan failed as well. And now it's go time. No escape, no winning. No, then we have the next part of story progression, and for characterization, huge, where Capone unleashes his hidden power, full-scale Rook, come on inside all Allied forces, the Big Father. Now, this, folks have been saying, is his awakening ability. I don't know about that, because when it comes to awakenings, you can assume that the Zoans kind of share similarities, where because we have the Zoans in Impel Down, they were awakened Zoans. They were kind of mindless, but they had immense recovery time and stamina, and a lot of strength, and enhanced strength as well. On top of that, when it comes to the to Logia, their awakenings, I don't think we've seen any awakened Logia as of yet. Maybe what we saw with Akainu and Aokiji can be considered awakened. Maybe. Where their powers can completely change the course, like the geological structure of an island. And on top of that, it stays. Like, it's not like it was temporary. Like, for 2 years, we have giant ice mountains and volcanoes. That could be an awakening. Not too sure. Big Father could be Capone's awakening. Maybe. If we follow the Don Flamingo scheme of awakening, then it should be the case where his paramecia affects other things around him. So he can make, like, let's say, smaller castles. Like, he can make a tree into a castle, or he could turn the tree into, like, stone or something of the sort, because his body is kind of like stone. Because Don Flamingo could turn other objects around him into awakening, into strings. That was his awakening. He could increase the number of strings by doing that. So if we follow the Don Flamingo way of awakening, then this is not an awakening. This is a part of Capone's natural ability. But because paramecia are so broad when it comes to their when it comes to their power scope, when it comes to their power scheme, we can't really say that this is not awakening or not. Like, we have no idea. If Capone says that it's an awakening, okay, fine. But until that point in time, until Capone confirms it or Oda himself confirms it, we have no idea. So right now we have to say that that is Capone's, like, that's part of his natural ability to just create a castle, to be a castle. This is slow mode. I just saw it in chat. Slow mode is, essentially speaking, chat going on a much slower pace because I don't want to have people just start spamming stuff, okay? So, why do I see fuck the George? So, that is essentially, boom. That is essentially, I mean, what I'll do is that I'll probably increase it because there's not a lot of folks here today, so I'll increase it by a little, just a tad. But I'm going to say that that's Capone's innate ability. That's not his awakened ability, all right? And when it comes to character, that's big for him right there. So for character, we have several big things. We have Capone going Big Father, respect Big Father, fuck Drake. Fuck Drake. I don't see what a T-Rex... I don't see what a T-Rex with small-ass arms is going to do to Big Father. And on top of that, Capone is always going to have his mafia boys, all right, his men, at his disposal, firing cannons. And Capone hasn't gotten to the point yet, but if Capone could cover his Big Father body with armored hockey, it's over. It's like, dog. Like, keep in mind this. In this chapter, we see none of the top-end Big Mom pirates try and penetrate Capone's body, the Big Father. So after all of this, hold on a second. So they go inside Big Father for shelter. Big Mom has cans fired at her, but we have a candy wall, so it's blocked. Oh yeah, not Mochi, candy. So that's Peril Sparrow right there. And then Mochi stuffs the inside of the cannons in Big Father. But note how they're just surrounding. They're waiting. So Peril Sparrow, Katakuri, Lady Smoothie, Oven, Daifuku, they're all just waiting for an opening because they can't escape. But they can't penetrate the walls of Big Father. The only one that's able to do so is the Yonko herself, Big Mom, because of her strength and her durability. So if Big Mom is the only one that can penetrate, the castle walls, you think Drake? Like, damn sure, probably, what's his face? Jack. I don't doubt it. Just, go in their tusk, slam it down. Harder than, let's say, Big Mom, because Big Mom, I would say, has more strength than Jack the Drought. That's my assumption. Right? I can't confirm that, but based on her title alone, that's probably the case. But Drake, no. No. I mean, maybe after like a few like bite marks, after like gnawing. I mean, okay, fine. He may get like a few feet, into the Big Father body, but come on now, dog. Come on now, dog. Big Father, baby. Big Father. Respect that shit. Respect the Big Father. I like this Big Father. And that's it overall when it comes to the characterization. So we have characterization for Big Mom, a lot for Big Mom. We have Big Father. We have Struzil. Very important stuff right there. And that's pretty much it for characterization. So we have three major things right there for this chapter. When it comes to story progression, the biggest thing here is the failed assassination of Big Mom. They failed. The entire plan that we spent how many chapters focusing on, that plan out the window. They completely botched it and failed. And on top of that, they failed to escape as well, which is shown right here. Because of the incredible wind pressure via the sound that broke the mirror, and they could not escape. So the plan completely failed on every level. And then finally, their only source of refuge right now is Zay Big Father, and that is Capone's ability that he has just used for the first time in the story. And when it comes to the pacing of the chapter, we have real time, flashback, we have real time again, we have flashback, and real time again. So that's 5 overall parts, which are relatively simple, straightforward. So that being said, this chapter of One Piece is the best chapter among all 4 chapters, which is a great. They have 10. So, that being said, guys and gals, I will now take the questions. And what I'll do is that, because I know a lot of folks want me to do more question stuff when it comes to live streams. So what I'll do is that at some point, I may go back to doing regular reviews of chapters like I normally do for One Piece. And I'll do, let's say every 2 weeks, I'll do a One Piece live stream, and we'll cover what happened in the past 2 weeks. We'll focus mainly on questions, because I know more folks want questions answered. So I will change that next month. We'll see how it goes. Now, yeah, next month, because, I mean, what, like, we only have how many days left in the month, and we have the next chapter coming out tomorrow? Absolutely. So, let me, where am I? Okay, let me go back to my OBS. Let me put my chopper thing, blah, blah, blah. Stop using my phone so I can check out chat better. Which is where? Here. And what I'll do is that I'll also, hold on a second. Let me go to live streams. I need to be able to see. I'm not on live streams yet. I need to do that right now. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Live streams, come on. Oh, there's one right here. I didn't notice that. Fuck, let's go. Come on. All right, cool. All right, so we're good. We're good. Let's go. I can't wait to see Law's Awakening. His Devil Fruit has Hacks OP. I mean, Law's Awakening, if we follow this, if we follow the Flamingo scheme, it's gonna be very similar to Capone, Flamingo's Awakening, where Law should be able to make rooms. Like, he could have a tree have its own room. You see what I'm saying? And then he could control said room from that location. At least that's what it should be. Now let me see if I can't edit slow mode. So we're gonna change chat to 25, and then we'll see how that goes. Though for some reason my chat's not really working on the desktop. I don't know why. Unable to connect to chat. That's a damn. So this stream was faster than I thought from a base standpoint. All right, so what do we got going on here? Let me see here. Do you think Oda has been holding Sanji back for a potential all-out fight in this arc? Yeah, I would say so. I mean, granted, the truth be told here is that Sanji, we're dealing with Big Mom here. When it comes to Sanji, it was more so character stuff for him. And right now we're focusing mainly on the characterization. Character development is kind of there, but it's lacking in all honesty. Like, it really is lacking, which is a goddamn shame. But, what the f, am I in the right account? I am. But the fact of the matter is that Oda hasn't focused too much on Sanji getting major fights, which is a shame, in all honesty. It really is a shame. But That's what Oda's doing right now. So I don't know if that's going to change in the near future, considering how they should be just focusing on running. Like, their main mission right now should be to bail. Straight up bail. Let me see here. So I'm seeing more comments, obviously. Again, if you want your comments highlighted, you use Super Chat. Why are there so many, like, I'm seeing, like, mad sexual questions. Like what the... Stupidity at its finest. Haircut time. Yeah, I do need to get a haircut. I'm probably gonna get a haircut, like, let's say later, either tomorrow before I do the One Piece stuff or after. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I need to get a haircut. All right, it's time. When using a pick like this, it's time to get a haircut. Big Bird is still doing his thing, all right? Like, I mean, Big Bird right now is still out of commission because Big Mom is still... Oh, no, wait. Big Mom is done yelling. So when it comes to Big Bird, Morgans is not going to play a major role until everything's over, right? When everything is done, and then we have to spread the news of what's going down. Now we have Morgans come into play. Most definitely. Mihawk versus Big Mama. Who wins? Big Mom. I mean, yeah, like, that's just my immediate assumption. Like, Mihawk himself wanted to test how his skills were compared to, like, how far he could go compared to, let's say, someone like Whitebeard. And Mihawk himself was being held, but granted, he wasn't losing, but he was being held back by initially Diamond Jozu, who blocked his world's strongest slash, and then by Vista. Mihawk is powerful. Yes, absolutely. And when it comes to his overall scope of power, we have not even seen, like, the tip of the iceberg. He probably has so much more to offer. I don't doubt it. However, Big Mom is Yonko. Let's not forget that one simple truth. Big Mom is Yonko. And let's not underestimate that fact. Big Mom, she has fantastic durability to the point where she can walk through the giant steel doors to her treasure room without even flinching. She just walked right on through them. On top of that, her physical strength is fairly impressive. And it's not like, like Kaido, who, like, you would only assume that Kaido's strength is, like, the best in One Piece. Maybe there's someone above him, but we haven't seen that yet. But her strength is up there, easy, all right? The fact that she's able to break through Capone's castle walls is a testament to that, whereas the rest couldn't do that, or, like, they had to wait. They're playing the waiting game. So, from a strength standpoint, I would say Mihawk is better, but from a durability standpoint, Big Mom is clearly, I mean, her durability is off the charts right now, like, just off the charts. When it comes to her abilities, Mihawk is a swordsman. Clear-cut and dry swordsman. But Big Mom has crazy abilities, and in a fight, in all honesty, like, we haven't seen that much of Haki. Like, we haven't seen her use, let's say, any Kenbushin no Haki or any Armored Haki. But as far as you can tell, maybe my theory is that because Armored Haki is soul-based, because her soul beats on a higher frequency, she's probably emitting, like, a natural Armored Haki around her body, which is the reason why, when she freaked out, that was disturbed and her Armored Haki went down. And also probably the reason why she could walk through things without even flinching, because there is that, like, a natural barrier around her, potentially speaking. But assuming that that's not the case, ability-wise, she's just superior than the vast majority of One Piece characters because she can control soul itself. Granted, a lot of it requires fear, but she does the Prometheus and Zeus and also Napoleon as well, which she can use at some... We haven't seen Napoleon do much, aside from, like, turn to a sword. But, I mean, shit. If she does have some degree of swordsmanship, because Napoleon the Hat is a sword, Mihawk and Big Mom's sword duels, that would be insane, but it could happen. It could go down. Now, let's continue. Okay, listen. If you guys do want slow mode off, then that's gonna be spam. And then if you guys want your questions, okay, well, let's give it a shot. All right, I'm gonna try this out for a few seconds, for maybe a second or two. All right, I'm gonna put it at like nah. Let's take off slow mode. Let's see how this goes. And if you're gonna spam, if you want your question answered, if I don't see it, odds are you're gonna use super chat. So moderators, we're gonna test it out for a few seconds. Let's see how this goes. It may go horribly wrong. If it does go horribly wrong, then for goddamn sure, for goddamn sure, I'm gonna put it back on. Okay. Will Big Father go arm in hockey? At this point in time, no. At this point in time, I don't see him go arm in hockey because he's already at the point right now. Yeah, reload, absolutely reload. He's already at the point right now where he's not. Come on. He's already, put in the corner right now, and because he's put in the corner right now, how on earth is he going to use arm in hockey to defend himself against Big Mom? Like, it requires a lot of concentration to use arm in hockey in the first place when it comes to hardening. Let alone have Big Father and ability be covered with arm in hockey. So, how is that going to happen now? Like, that is a potential power of his later on in the story. Like, my guess here is that somewhere later on in the story, there's going to be another time skip, which there, honest to God, really should be. There should be another time skip. And when that time skip hits, considering how Luffy and company have so far to go when it comes to taking on someone like Big Mom, let alone, because I don't see Luffy company beating Big Mom. Luffy has been getting pinned down constantly by Katakuri. Big Mom herself has not fought, she seems to be too powerful for Luffy at this current point in time. There is a plan, there's a unit to, try and beat Kaido when it comes to Wano Kuni. But the most that they'll get to is just freeing Wano Kuni from the Shogun and Kaido's grasp. There is no way in hell that Luffy's gonna beat Kaido in single combat. Alright? There's no way in hell. So, a time skip, I think, is needed. And because of that reason, Capone, after that time skip, when we see him again, he may be able to use Big Father arm in hockey. Straight up. Which would be crazy. But right now, that's not going to happen. Considering how he's already in this corner, he's being forced into this corner, and he hasn't used arm in hockey yet. So if he hasn't used it yet, when he was surrounded by the Big Mom pirates, when Big Mom's on top of him already, it's kind of, that sounds kind of wrong, but it's the truth. When Big Mom is already on top of this dude, it's kind of like, shit. There's odds are that if he does do arm in hockey, he may do it like, let's say, sectionally, where he does it to protect himself in like this part of the Big Father castle, or like the other part, or like let's say like the face part of the Big Father castle, like the arm part of the Big Father castle, but his full body, no way in hell. And at this point in time, I don't see it happening anyway, unfortunately. So right now he's impressive, and the Big Father castle is fairly durable as it is, but we haven't gotten to that point with Capone to where he can comfortably use armored hockey full scale in Big Father mode. In fact, he has even used armored hockey hardening in his base body. So he has a ways to go when it comes to hockey control. He has a ways to go. This started almost 50 minutes ago. So I'll take some more questions. It's not going too fast, and I didn't announce it, like, truth be told, the stream and stuff I didn't announce, like, let's say, like yesterday. Like, if I had announced it yesterday, I think more folks would have come around because they would have been aware that the stream was going to go down, obviously. But at the same time, I don't want that. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. I can't say I don't want that many folks in the chat. I do. But at the same time, it becomes too chaotic sometimes, especially now that I have slow-mo turned off. Actually, no, is it still on? No, it's still on, right? It's still on. Never mind. Yeah, no, my thing's actually kind of fucking up right now. Oh. I just don't see how you can say that Beach is weaker than Drake right now. I mean, we've seen the power. We've seen the power. I don't see how you can say that Beige right now is weaker than Drake. The knowledge. Oh my god. Well, I never knew that. Let me see here. All right, cool. So now it's turned off. Yeah. It should be off. Yeah. So slow mo's turned off right now. If for some reason I am not be able to see chat on my desktop, I don't know why. It's not working exactly. So I need to use my phone still. So what else we got going on here? What's good? What's good? What's happening, man? Putting over Nami? No. Like, no. Yeah, no. No, definitely not. Because I'm Robin, Viola, and Rage are kind of interchange. Robin's still number one. Robin, Viola, and like Rage, yeah. But and then like Hancock, then maybe like I don't know. But no, putting over Nami, no. I'd say no, definitely not. Strong. Okay, no. Let's stick with some One Piece questions. So I'm gonna go for like another. I'm gonna go for another 8 minutes. Okay. So ask away now. So we have slow mode off. Ask away now, and then because I want to end the stream on an hour or like an hour and like 5. So make it a short stream because we did cover the chapters relatively quickly because chapters 866, 67 were very simple and straightforward. So ask away now. Again, the super chat cats take priority, obviously. And then the next, okay, fuck me. The next stream after the stream is going to probably be the versus stream. And oh joy, that is going to be hell on earth. But of course, the super chat guys take priority with that one because that's gonna be a pure Q&A stream when it comes to the versus stream. So, oh shit, dude, that's gonna be bad. Yes, I know, haircut time. I know. Katakuri or Marco? Katakuri. Yeah, Katakuri. Katakuri has damn good arm in hockey. He is fantastic, phenomenal Ken Bushina hockey. Probably the best that we've seen thus far. And on top of that, Marco, I don't think can escape if Katakuri were able to actually grasp Marco, which is which he will be able to do. Definitely, I don't doubt that. How can Marco escape? Because Marco's fire doesn't burn. Marco's fire does not burn, so he can't burn his way out of Katakuri's mochi, out of his sticky syrup. So once Katakuri gets a hold of Marco, which he can do easily because he knows what Marco's going to do way before he actually does it. And number two, he has no way of escaping once he does. Because mind you, Luffy escaped because of Jinbei, because of the water. In a straight up fight, how can Marco escape Katakuri? So once that happens, slammed. All right, Katakuri is going to be able to pin him down. Granted, Marco's going to be able to use his powers to recover. But how can Marco escape? He can sit there and recover. But even Oda said before that Marco has a limit to his ability. he can't recover from all wounds. There's a cap on his recovery ability. So all Katakuri has to do is just sit there and plug out some jelly beans, start firing away, and eventually Marco will cave in. Katakuri. Yeah. People underestimate Katakuri. Katakuri is goddamn deadly, man. He is a force of God. In a one-on-one fight, Katakuri, hard pressed to find him lose to anybody. Seriously. Okay, well, if you're saying Katakuri versus Kaido, I'm gonna say Kaido. I'm gonna say Kaido, yeah, of course. Because how can Katakuri damage Kaido? Kaido is just gonna outmuscle the motherfucker, right? Kaido will just start clubbing. He's like, no, like, yeah, Joker. He'll fucking yell goddamn sound waves, and then like it's over. No. Katakuri is not beating Kaido. I'm sorry. I mean, like, Katakuri is like one of the best non-Yonko that we've seen this far in the story. Dark Storm. Here we go. All right. Dark Storm. Super chat, taking priority. The Tamatobogo box will play a part in their escape from Whole Cake Island. After Wano, the news will break out that Big Mom destroyed Fishman Island. Okay, first of all, I don't see how the box will play a role in their escape. It's possible, but I don't see how that could be the case because right now it's gone. I mean, maybe like as they're escaping, they find the box and then they can use it as like a bargaining chip of some kind. I doubt it because Big Mom she's still gonna want to kill them. So I don't see how. But after Wano, not after this arc, not after Reverie, after Wano Kuni, news will break out that Big Mom destroyed Fishman Island. I like where you're going with that. Like in my personal opinion, I don't see Luffy himself destroying Fishman Island directly. I don't see how or why he would do that. I really don't. So then, because of the events of this current arc, Big Mom would have every reason in the world to go to Fishman Island and blow up that shit. She would have every reason in the world to do so. So yeah, I think that when the prophecy that Madam Shirley was talking about, I think it directly involves Big Mom. I really do. So that was a good donation right there. I appreciate that. And absolutely, yes, I think that Big Mom herself will destroy Fishman Island, not Luffy. I don't see why Luffy himself would destroy Fishman Island. It makes really no sense to me. Like, it does not. It does not. Let's continue here. Oh, super chat. Here we go. Rankings on the supernovas at the moment. And the box can explode at the bottom and destroy the building or tilt it or something. Wait. How big do you think that this... Okay, wait a second. Okay, first of all, I'll rank the supernova... Okay, the supernova I'll rank relatively... Okay, hold on. Let me get a picture of Whole Cake Island right now before I get to the rankings. Because the box itself, unless it has enough explosions to destroy the entire chateau that they're on right now, I don't see that happening. I really don't. That is a huge explosion to destroy the entire chateau of Whole Cake Island, so the whole thing collapses. I mean, I know that they put a ton of explosives in the box, yes. But to destroy the chateau is a bit... that's a bit too much. Because that thing is... Basically, they're trying to topple a mountain. Granted, the mountain itself is not really stone. It's cake, right? Think? Though it can... But it can hold everyone on the top, including Big Mom herself. So it's kind of like stone, but then it's kind of like cake. It's kind of like a mixture of cake and stone. So I suppose that you could maybe destroy it. Kind of. Maybe. Because it is cake, but it's not cake. Like it's very sturdy cake. And some folks have stated before that Whole Cake Island, that like the middle part will like collapse or like explode or erupt like a volcano at some point. Maybe. That's a big maybe. But, because, okay, I'm trying to find a good picture of the chateau. But, let me see here. Yeah, I can't find a really good picture, but you guys should know that it's basically like the size of a mountain. It's the size of a fucking mountain, and you're gonna need a lot of explosives to take that down. Yes, it is cake, but it's kind of like sturdy, big cake. Like, it's not normal cake, man. It's not normal. This shit ain't normal. All right, it's hyper cake. It's more durable than steel. Fuck it. So there's, you're gonna need more than just a few explosives. Granted, again, maybe they have that much. Maybe they have that many explosions packed in there to where it can bring the Whole Cake Island. And if that's the case, then I'm stunned. I mean, well, the chateau of Whole Cake Island. And if that happens, I'm honestly got shocked. But I don't see that happening. I really, really don't. Now, when it comes to the Supernova, okay, so... Oh, Drake! Just fucking... Can somebody say Jewelry Boney over Drake? Uh-oh. Oh, hold on. I see more super chat. Yeah, hold on. Wait a second. Hold on. Hold on, Dark Snow. I see you. So, all right. Let's take a look at the Supernova of One Piece 1. So I want to get a good... Okay, so here we go. Number 1, the strongest supernova, Monkey D. Luffy. That I think we can say is... some folks want to argue Law. I wouldn't say Law is stronger than Luffy, because Law, he has good speed or to teleportation, but that only applies to his room. Luffy has fantastic speed in not only base form, Gear 2nd, and Gear 4. Gear 4. Let's not forget Gear 4. That's number 1. So, number 1, Luffy. Number 2, I would go with Law at the moment. Yeah, I'd go with Law. Because his powers are very broken. Like, on different powers alone, I would say Law. Number 3, for the sake of story, I would say Kid. Like, Kid, Luffy, and Law, I think are the top 3 supernova. But we haven't seen much of Kid at the moment, honestly. Like, honestly, like, the last time we saw him, he got punked by Kaido. But then again, it's Kaido. So, from an ability standpoint, he's not all that impressive, because he is just magnetism. But at the same time, he's probably made a lot of gains over the course of the time skip. How good are his gains? I'm not too sure how good they are, potentially speaking. So, I'm gonna play on the safe side and say Luffy, Law, Kid. Kid is iffy, honestly, but Luffy and Law, I'd say, are top 2. Definitely. Then it gets... Okay, alright, so... After that, I would say... Number 4 would be... Let's say someone like Killer. Because Killer is... When it comes to combat ability, he's fairly swift. He's almost like an assassin of sorts. But ability-wise, he seems to be fairly lacking. So number 4, I would say, would be like someone like Killer. But at the same time, you could also put potentially Hawkins in there as well. Because Hawkins has a pretty beastly ability. Like, he does. However, if I'm going to put Killer that high up there, which, again, that's mainly because of agility and, his ability to use the blade. No, I'm forgetting about Zoro. My bad. I'm forgetting about Zoro, all right? So let me change it all up. I forgot the Zoro's supernova. So Luffy, Law, Kid, Zoro. Here we go. Capone. Oh, what the fucking... Oh. Capone at number 5. Listen. it required a Yonko, Big Mom, to penetrate Big Father walls. And on top of that, Capone is never without his men. He's always going to have a militia at his disposal. He has the Big Father castle. And then on top of that, when it comes to his ability in base form, I have a theory that you can't really hurt Capone at all. Because, well, here it is in a nutshell. In a nutshell. When things enter Capone into his sphere, if you would, like his zone, his territory, things have to shrink. So if you're trying to punch Capone, as you're punching Capone, your fist is going to shrink. So the damage will be mitigated like 100-fold because your fist is shrinking so much. So Capone has phenomenal defenses. So let's say someone is firing a bullet at Capone. That bullet is going to turn into like a speck of dust and not even hurt Capone's body. If someone's firing a can at Capone, it's going to just shrink into like a pebble, not hurt Capone at all. So yeah, I mean, just saying. After Capone, based on lore and story, I mean, it has to be Urouge, but I mean, oh shit, here we go. Not Urouge. The Urouge hype train, I think, is I think is a little bit too fast. I think they jumped the gun a bit on the Urouge hype train. The conductors of the train, I think are going a little bit too crazy. But Urouge, at this point in time, based on like story and what Boulay said, and oh god, he should be stronger than Hawkins, than Drake, than Julie Bonnie has a good power, but we need to see a lot more from Julie Bonnie. Then Apu, then Killer. Yo, like I would honestly back in the day, I would say that Urouge would be like the weakest. Like back in the day, easy Urouge the weakest, but now I have to look at Urouge as a serious contender. Like fuck. So we've seen Big Father. Big Father, very impressive. And Capone always is gonna have his men at his disposal. And on top of that, Capone has maybe an amazing innate defensibility anyway when it comes to his Kasunomi. So Capone has defense on top of defense on top of defense. After Urouge, we can put in Killer, then maybe Apu. Then after Apu, we'll put in Drake. Yes, listen, at the very least, Drake is stronger than Julie Bonnie, all right? At the very fucking least, okay? Shit. All right, but who was in a fight, Killer or Drake? I'm gonna lean more towards Killer, honestly. Why? Man, get the fuck. Okay, listen, yes. Drake does have probably a half human, half beast form. I don't doubt it. However, he's not CP9. He's not CP0. He's not Junro Kishi shit. One of the main reasons why Rob fucking Lucci and Kaku and Jabra were so goddamn devastating was because not only were they zones that could utilize half human, half beast forms very effectively, but also they had the Rokishi shit on top of that. They had Genpo, they had Jigen, they had Shigen, they had Rankaku, they had Soru, they had amazing Rokishi shit going down. Drake, at most, he'll have a half human, half beast form, and maybe he could use full body armor hockey with that. Maybe Drake is actually a good user of Kimboshage as well. Not too sure. But he's going to need a lot of hockey augmentations to be viable. Even when he's half human, half beast, he's still going to need a lot of hockey to be fucking viable. Not even strong. Viable. No. And honestly, I would put easy Drake over Urouge. But according to fucking story, according to lore, Urouge is apparently powerful now. Apparently, Urouge is powerful. Again, the details of that are shaky. Very shaky. But Capone has two good defense. Like, Capone right now is top 5 because his defense is off the fucking charts. with the exception of Big Mom, who could just, because she's Big Mom. But Katakuri couldn't really do anything. They had to wait. And Katakuri is a goddamn force of nature. Just saying. All right, but that's my take on the Supernova ranking at the moment. Okay, at the moment, Julie Bonnie, I don't think is honestly like that weak. Like she really isn't, because her powers are potentially just groundbreakingly broken. She can accelerate your age, or she can make you to a kid again. Like Julie Bonnie has some very devastating powers, like extremely devastating powers. But from a combat standpoint, you need more than just abilities alone. And from that standpoint, Apu, I would say, is swifter. He has more physical force than Julie Bonnie. Urouge, we know for sure does. Capone, I'm pretty sure does as well. Drake, we know does as well. Hawkins is kind of like, Hawkins, his powers are weird too, but they require the number of men that he can use his dolls with. So if you kill him shot him enough times, he will lose his doll things or whatever. So, because the way I'm seeing it is that I'm seeing it from like a one-on-one fight. But honestly, with most of these characters, like for example with Hawkins, with Capone, there won't be a one-on-one fight, because Capone will always have his men with him, and Hawkins, one of his key core powers is based on the men that he makes the dolls out of, which then take the damage for him. See what I'm saying? Either way, so that's my ranking right now when it comes to Supernova, the 11th Supernova. Will that change after some thought? Probably, because right now, honestly, when it comes to Urouge, like honestly, Urouge, man, Julie Bonnie should not be that low. She really should not be that low. But I'm looking at Urouge right now. I'm done, and I'm thinking to myself, fucking Urouge. Urouge kind of he's the monkey wrench in all of this. All right, hold on. What if the Blom? So let's go back to Dark Snow's super chat. What if? And by the way, speaking of Snow, who the hell is ready for Game of Thrones? Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna try and do live streams of Game of Thrones on, like, let's say maybe not Twitch, but I'm gonna see if I can't use like another site like Stream.me or something to do Game of Thrones, because I want to be over at a friend's house to watch Game of Thrones when that goes down. I may stream that live when the episode airs. Maybe. I have to find a way to do that. Either way, moving on. So, Dark Snow. What if the bomb blows up the remaining portions of the prisoner's library, setting everything free? That's how you get. Okay, that could be the case. You know what? Yeah, but would the box like fall exactly where the prison is? I mean, the only way I see that happening is if the Tomato Belko box is brought to the prison library for some odd reason by whoever, I don't know exactly who, and then they open it there. Then it creates a fire, which then will burn all the books and whatnot. Yes, okay, that could potentially happen. Absolutely, I don't doubt that at all. But I don't see how the box itself could fall into the prison's library. That would be kind of crazy. So yeah, maybe it could blow up there, and then we set all the guys free, like whoever's there in the prison library, and then that creates all types of chaos. Very similar to Impel Down in that case. So yeah, that could happen. But how that could happen, I'm not too sure. Like, the possibilities for that one, I think, are a lot slimmer than what you would first perceive them to be. Okay, so what else did I miss? Okay, so like, I want to believe that the box itself will play a major role. I just don't know what role that will play. I really, really, really don't. So what I'll do here is that, okay, so I'm already like 15 minutes over because I was talking about this supernova for God knows how long, truth be told. So what I'll do is that I'll take questions for the next 5 minutes, and then we'll end the stream at the 1 hour, 20-minute mark. So we have 5 minutes left because I do need to head out, get some stuff. I'm going to try and do a Dragon Ball Super video, and then after I do that, I'm going to stream the last night of Neo on my Twitch channel. So 5 more minutes left. Questions go. Go, 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 go. And oh, by the way, if you have not done this yet, please be sure to use the mouse to rate the video. Click, 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 click. It is not that hard to do. Oh no, what the fuck? Standard. I was so bright for a second. God. Something about Urza, which I don't want to talk about, obviously, because One Piece. You liked it already? Okay, fine. Well, I'm just saying, for those guys who haven't liked the video yet, you don't have to like the video. You can rate the video. You can dislike it, but you have to rate the video. Okay? We have a certain number of cats here, so I expect people to rate the video because that would be the nice thing to do. I would greatly appreciate it. Greatly. All right, the One Piece questions. We got 5 minutes. Now it's like 4 minutes. I'm seeing Zamasu, I'm seeing Fairy Tail. One Piece. For fuck's sakes, man. Why can't I comment? You just commented. Fail. Okay, all right. So, let me see here. Is there any question I can talk about? Let me see here. What is the strongest admiral discounting Akainu? It should be Kizaru, Fujitora. I mean, though we haven't seen Green Bull yet, so I would say Kizaru, Fujitora, and Aokiji. Yeah, honestly. Don't. Let me see here. Yeah, no. I would say I would say Fujitora is stronger than Aokiji. I would say that. That may be too bold of a statement to say, considering how Aokiji is. Honestly, it's the meteorites. Like it's just the meteorites and how he can. This dude Fujitora, he levitated all of the dust and all the debris that was scattered across Dressrosa, and he used that as weaponry right then and there. Fujitora's immediate effect on the environment is faster than that of Aokiji's. Aokiji and Akainu, they fought for like a week straight, and they created Punk Hazard. But Fujitora was levitating things that were like Pika's like lower half section, massive, as big as the plateau, the main plateau of Dressrosa. And he used it right then and there as a weapon against the oncoming fleets of pirates that wanted to take out the Stray pirates. And on top of that, if this dude, he can rain meteorites, all right? Yeah, that I think is more so. Kizaru, for sure, I would say is stronger than Aokiji, than Kuzan. But Fujitora is more of a, that's more of a fight there, but I'm still leaning more towards Fujitora. Can Nami suck my ass? Yes, she can. Alright, but what happens after that? Who the hell knows? Alright, I mean, will she survive? I don't know. All right, 1 minute left. Go. Oh, wow. The first time Scarecrow actually put a decent question. Your top 5 favorite One Piece characters and how low Sanji has dropped since. I mean, Sanji kind of did drop a bit because he went like pseudo fairy on my ass, but oh no, it's still gonna be Sanji at number 1. Sanji number 1, and then number 2. Then we have at number 3. Oh, by the way, that reminds me. I have new intros coming for the channel. 2 new intros for the channel, and they're gonna be good. They're gonna be good. So I will do that in like an update video of some kind. But they're already done, and I gotta give credit to one person as well who worked on the intro, one of the intros for a while. Did a very good job of that intro. Very good job. You know what? I don't know. Like, I mean, after NL and Sanji, I'm not too sure where I go from there, honestly. Like, it varies. It does. Because I love Kaido, but we need to see more of Kaido. Where do I go from there? I don't know. That's what I need to think about. And honestly, when it comes to my top 5 favorite characters of One Piece. NL and Sanji are there, obviously. Like, I want to put Mihawk in the list, too. No, you know what? Never mind. Shit. I want to use Kuma because I love Kuma. Because Kuma, before he has Mind Erased, was epic. The dude is a legend. But fuck me. Oh boy, that's a tough list. Not because there's so many goddamn characters. But right now, I'll say with like, okay, I'm gonna say Sanji, NL. In the top 5 is Robin, but I don't know where I put her exactly. Like she could be number 4, but she's not number 3. And then the rest, the other 2, I'm not too sure on, honestly. But let's continue on. Actually, no, that's the stream. That's the stream. Yeah, because I do want. Oh, it's Shanks. Fucking, what am I doing? Whoa, whoa. What the? Okay. Never mind. Number 1 is Sanji. Number 2, NL. Number 3 is Shanks. Number 4, Robin. Number 5, Blackbeard. Done. We killed it. We killed it. We killed it. Number 1 is Sanji. Number 2 is NL. Number 3 is Shanks. Number 4 is Robin. Number 5 is Blackbeard. Honestly, if I could put an honorable mention, I'll put in World from the 3D2Y special, or Brandy World. I love that motherfucker right there. I'm a huge fan of World. Love that dude. All right, so that's it. That's it. We're done. No more stream. No more questions. Once again, thanks for all those that came out to the stream today. The stream will be saved onto the channel for, I mean, it will be saved after it processes, obviously. On top of that, there'll be more streams to come. What I plan on doing is like let's say we're gonna see how it goes next month in July. But I'm gonna do reviews like regular of the video of the chapter when it comes out. And then what I'll do is that after I do the review of the chapter when it comes out, every 2 weeks I'll do a One Piece stream and we can discuss several things and so on and so forth. The next stream, I believe, is either what is it? Okay, yeah. It's either going to be the versus stream, or it's going to be the general stream I'm going to do for my 112,000 subscriber mark. That's my guess here. Absolutely. All right. So once again, thanks for coming out. Thanks for the people that rated the video, for the guys and gals that did the super chat. As always, thanks for that kind of stuff. And I will see you guys on tomorrow's live reaction for One Piece WA. So be sure, if you haven't done it already yet, be sure to rate the video using Zay Mouse to click, rate the video. You subscribe using Zay Mausu. You click on that bell to join the squad. And of course, well, you guys have already done that by now, obviously. You can comment in the comment section down below. Peace! And have a nice goddamn damn day. Zay Mouse Ooh t-shirts. One day, hopefully soon.